Welcome to the Coach Toolbox. I'm your host, Dr. Ajay Nangalia, a leadership coach and counselor. This channel supports your professional and personal development as a leader with research-based and practice-focused learning. And we bring you the best career and life advice from guests who've been there and done that successfully. And now, our session today. So let's talk today about how you're going to prepare for your meeting with your big boss, your boss ka boss. Ever so often, managers and leaders have the opportunity to meet with their senior colleagues from the executive level. This could be a VIP visit to the site or a board meeting that you have been invited to attend or participate in, or some launch event and so on. Now, most times you, the upcoming young leader, are not able to really take advantage of the airtime or personal face time with the senior leader. Perhaps you just stay quiet and let the boss speak, or you just listen and nod and smile, or you let some other upstart steal the spotlight. If this is you, then you've just blown a wonderful opportunity to build a bridge and build your brand with the senior leader. You've let go the opportunity to demonstrate thought leadership and lay the foundation for your next promotion. Now, even if this has happened in the past, let's talk about what you can do to make the next upcoming meeting with a senior executive, the boss ka boss, an opportunity where you can gain visibility, make an impact, and be seen as someone who can add value and thought leadership. And the best news is that you can do this in ways that are authentic to your personality. So let's start with something you don't do. Don't use this as an opportunity to just provide an operational update or the business as usual information. Senior executives who come all the way for a meeting already are aware of this operational data. What they want to learn from you is something extra, some information or insights that cannot be learned from the numbers or reports. Next, reframe the mindset with which you treat this meeting. Treat this meeting as your interview for the next role. It could be a director role, the VP role, the CXO, whatever it is that you aspire to. Give the meeting the same importance that you would if you were attending a senior level interview, because in reality, it is exactly that. This is when the senior executive builds up an impression about you. So treat every meeting with the senior executive as an interview for your next big role. Use it as an opportunity to show that you're a strategic thinker, that you have information and insights that can add value to the conversations and meetings and to the operations. But how do you do this? How do you do this? Well, the short answer is that it requires focused planning and preparation in a consistent, systematic way in advance. You have to integrate what I share now as part of who you are as a leader, of your way of being. You're unlikely to achieve much if you try shooting from the hip or try and wing it. So what is it that the senior leader would like to hear or understand from you? What will set you apart in the short window of opportunity when you have his or her attention? Well, here are 4 areas for preparation. This thinking and reflection done on an ongoing basis will position you as a thought leader and as someone who adds value above and beyond operational data. It will position you as a strategic thinker. So what are these 4 areas? The first one is, what is the market reality on the ground in your region? What is the market reality on the ground in your region? The next one is, what is the competition and their channel doing? Number 3, what trends, patterns do you see in the market or business or industry or economy or social structures? And number 4, what are some short-term and long-term opportunities for innovation in your own industry or business environment, or perhaps in your own team or business, and even in your own organization? So let me explain each of these 4 areas a little bit more. So number 1 is, what is the market reality on the ground in your area or region? So in this section, you need to be able to understand and share with the senior leader data around what's happening at the social or perhaps political or economic level, what is your reading of the current situation and where it might go, and what impact it could have on your business. Share with your leader what is happening in your trade channel or with your business partners, with your key clients in your top 3 strategic accounts. This is not information that is usually put in an operational update. So continuously track this data and distill the information that will add value to your senior leader. It could be as simple as expected changes in the senior leadership of your key strategic account, or something that is happening in the family of your biggest trade partner, or something at the local government level. Question number two is, what is competition and their channel doing? Are they behind you? Are they ahead of you in practices that can give you an edge? What are they feeling about what's happening on the ground? So have some data and insights on competition, areas that they are struggling with, some of the things that they are doing well, the strengths that they are leveraging, movement of senior people on their side. Again, this is important information that your senior stakeholder would love to hear from you. Question number 3. What trends or patterns do you see in the market or business, industry, economy, or social structures? Look at these trends and how these can impact your business and operations. You will only know about these trends if you're developing the habit of reading and reading smart as part of your own leadership development. And now there's an excellent podcast on this channel on how to develop smart reading habits. So I encourage you to check out that one. Okay, coming back to the main flow. The question number 3 was, what are the trends and patterns you see in the market? So based on these trends, what business recommendations would you make? How can you combine the data information from questions number 1 and 2 and develop a perspective for this question? Now, this is where some gray matter work is needed from your side. Some amount of time and effort is to be invested in this process. It's not happening by magic. Question number 4, what are some short-term and long-term opportunities for innovation in your industry or business environment, or perhaps in your own team or business and even in your own organization? How can you leverage these opportunities? What are some quick wins that are possible? What coalitions do you need to build to make use of these opportunities? You see, unless you have some ideas, perhaps even some really wild stuff around these things, you will not be seen as a thought leader. Thinking outside the box is about the wild stuff that you're willing to put out there. And you don't have to expect that every idea is going to be a winner. For every idea that sticks, there will be at least 50 that don't. But since you don't know which is the one that which will stick, you need to be continually generating ideas and putting them out there and sharing and discussing these ideas. This requires time, effort, and it requires courage. So as a quick summary, the 4 questions that you need to prepare to make a strategic impact with senior leaders are: what is the market reality on the ground in your region? Number 1. Question number 2, what is the competition and their channel doing? Number 3, what trends or patterns do you see in the market, business, industry, economy, or social structures? Number 4, what are some short-term and long-term opportunities for innovation in your industry or business environment or your own team or even your own organization? Now, your success in making an impact lies on getting data on these 4 areas, spending time on analysis and reflection, and distilling it into actionable or useful insights that you can share in these meetings. Both the group meetings and also in the one-on-one with the senior leaders are excellent opportunities for you to share this information. Always have something that's really interesting or valuable to share in your one-on-one with your senior leader. She must look forward to meeting with you because she learns something new each time. It is these useful insights shared both in public and in one-on-ones that will build your brand as a person who has some out-of-the-box thinking, a strategic thinker, someone who can add value. Remember, generating insights is part of the story, but sharing them appropriately and consistently with senior leaders is what will give you success. In addition, keep in touch with your senior leaders in between meetings too. Perhaps you could share some article or some research data or some information that you've gathered from your own research, media, press, or the trade, and share this with senior stakeholders, stating that this might be of interest to them.
Now, clearly, you will not be able to collect this data and process the information into useful insights and perspectives the night before the meeting. You need to adopt habits and practices that will help you collect this data and process information on an ongoing basis. Therefore, set aside time in your week to collect, store, process, and reflect on this data and think about how the information can influence your operations. Develop a perspective and a point of view on different aspects of the entire business, not just your silo or function. And then use this strategic information as and when appropriate. The more you share the data and the insights, the more you will be seen as someone who is able to bring a different perspective and add value to the conversation. Now let's bring our conversation to a close for today. My goal was to support you to really bring your talent and hard work into the foreground by leveraging the meeting that you have with senior stakeholders. As an executive coach, over the last 2 decades, I've seen many successful clients practice these ideas, and it has helped so many of them move to the CXO level. These are proven ideas that successful leaders practice. But to really get the benefit of these practices, you need to embed them as part of your own leadership protocol. And as you start applying what we've discussed now, you will be seen as a thought leader and as someone who adds significantly different value. So why not make a start right from today? Good luck.
And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Please connect with us on coachtoolbox@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and review this channel. Details of our ICF-approved coach training programs and our services as executive coaches and coaching supervisors are on www.globalcoachtrust.org. See you in our next session.